Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Whitney Dean's unexpected labor is set to feature in a dramatic scene on EastEnders next week. The plot begins with Whitney and Zach Hudson's wedding preparations. Troubled Brittany Wainwright is enlisted by Bianca to assist her barter with market vendors to get some items for the big day, but the child ends up stealing the stuff. Whitney is ecstatic when Bianca and Brittany show her what they've accomplished, blissfully unaware that Brittany is back to her old antics. While Whitney tries on her wedding gown, Bianca and Brittany stay with her. However, the heartwarming moments end when Brittany tells what she's been up to. Enraged that Bianca permitted Brittany to pilfer on her account, Whitney strips Bianca of her maid of honor title and commands Bianca's permanent exclusion from her life. Later, Lauren rescues Whitney by locating a hen costume for her to wear. Lauren is taken aback when Whitney asks Lauren to be the maid of honor. Lauren tries not to show her fear and accepts her one-night fling with Zach, but she feels guilty about it. Bianca takes offense when Whitney expresses that she isn't in the mood to forget and forgive as their stendu begins. Bianca's jealousy overcomes her when she hears Whitney say that Lauren is a saint. Although at first Bianca didn't inform Whitney about Lauren and Zach's adultery, Bianca now threatens to do so unless Lauren tells the truth, or Bianca will. Lauren tries to tell Whitney about her misgivings about Zach as the pressure on her to come clean grows, but she is unable to face the reality. Whitney isn't overly impressed with Lauren after the talk, though. Penny locks the two of them in the taco van until they sort things out in an attempt to mediate the conflict between them. Whitney's waters break as Lauren musters the guts to tell her the truth. Whitney and Lauren are trapped. Their screams for assistance go unanswered, and Whitney starts to fear as she goes into labor. Will Whitney's pregnancy turn out all right? Next week, Martin Fowler, James By, may expose cheating Jack Branning's, Scott Massillon, affair when he is caught kissing his lover, Stacey Slater, Lacey Turner. Fearing that this would expose the sixth deadly secret, Kathy Cotton, Gillian Tailforth, tries to contain the drama, while George Knight, Colin Salmon, is inconsolable following a heated conversation with his adoptive mother Gloria Knight, Elizabeth Council. While Honey Mitchell, Emma Barton, competes with fellow mother Priya Nandrahart, Sophie Conlevy, and Priya subsequently makes a move for Martin, Dean Wicks's, Matt D'Angelo, sinister scheme to keep daughter Jade Massoud, Elizabeth Green, close changes speed. Jack is cautious about his wife Denise Fox, Diane Parrish, due to her enigmatic ultimatum. Stacey pushes Jack to follow Denise's wishes when they speak. After convincing Denise to put her marriage back on track through a visit from Stacey, the two plan a cookout for Charlie's entire family. However, Stacey feels uncomfortable and guilty being near Denise, who is often hurt. Stacey tells Jack in the backyard that although she wishes she could be self-centered, he has to prioritize Denise. Jack stretches out his arms in an embrace, and they kissed each other tenderly goodbye. However, Martin enters and observes them in the act. 2. Kathy Cotton works to keep the secrets of the six private. Martin is urged by Jack and Stacey not to tell Denise that the kiss was a moment of insanity. But as Stacey chases after Martin, Chelsea becomes suspicious when she interrupts. When Stacey is by herself with Martin, she admits to having an extensive affair with Jack and ends it. She continues, saying that it is none of Martin's business, but Martin confides in godmother Kathy without realizing that she is trying to shield the other women, including herself, from the truth about Keanu Taylor's, Danny Walters' death. Fearing the worst for the six should Denise discover Stacey and Jack's secret, Kathy tries frantically to get Martin to keep it a secret. Meanwhile, Jack confides in Denise, expressing his deep concern for her emotional well-being. The pair makes progress in their resolve to work on their marriage, but will Martin reveal his infidelity? 3. George Knight sobs following the confrontation. Gloria arrives and interrupts Elaine Peacock, Harriet Thorpe, Gina, Francesca Henry, and Anna Knight, Molly Rainford, from making a big deal out of George's birthday. George accepts to speak with Gloria despite receiving a cold reception. Nonetheless, he becomes irrationally angry when Gloria asserts that George had a pleasant upbringing. George rushes out, shocked at his own outburst, and Elaine guides a startled Gloria out of the pub. Upon his return, George confides in Elaine about his anxieties and sobs in her company. What is next for the Knights as George's harrowing ordeal go on? To her surprise, Linda Carter, Kelly Bright, agrees to let Jean Slater, Gillian Wright, use the Vic as a location for Jade's fundraiser, as long as Dean doesn't show up. When Jade suffers a severe coughing attack and contacts the doctor, Jean is scared at Dean's house. To Dean's dismay, he has been surreptitiously taking her antibiotic pills. When Jade looks at Dean's phone, things get worse. When Jade and Jean confront him for ignoring calls and texts from Jade's mother, Shabnam Masood, Rocky Thakrar, he has to explain himself. Dean succeeds in persuading them that he is just putting his head in the sand, but Jade questions why, because Shabnam is aware that she is still too sick to travel to Pakistan. Dean tells Jade that he will only allow her attend the fundraiser at the Vic if she is well enough. The week takes a further turn when Johnny Carter, Charlie Suff, teases Dean about being barred from Jade's charity function. Jade is still unaware that Dean is interfering with her medicine. Dean is even more motivated to attend as a result, so he tricks Jean and Harvey Monroe, Ross Boatman, into following him to the bar. Before the major event, Dean begs Jade to stay with him in London, while Jade begs Elaine to allow her father witness her speech. While Linda is upset to find Dean in her bar, Jade maintains that she must be with her mother in Pakistan. Jean hurries upstairs to join her. When an emotional Linda realizes that Dean is manipulating her, Jean tells Dean to get out of there. What kind of response will he get? Will Mitchell, Freddie Phillips, succumbs to pressure from Avani Nandrahart, Aaliyah James, to vape, and Honey is shocked to see her son using the device. When Honey finds out that Avani was the one who sold it to Will, she comes into the Vic to confront Priya, who seems utterly unfazed. Honey wants to know who sold it to Will. When Ravi Gulati, Aaron Thiara, shows there, he apologizes profusely, but Priya makes things 10 times worse. When Ravi questions Avani about selling the e-cigarettes, the teenager refuses to back down, especially after Ravi makes fun of Priya's parenting abilities. After a fight between Priya and Ravi about how she raised Avani, Priya makes out with Martin and asks him to buy her a drink at Peggy's. Priya agrees to deal with Avani as Ravi tries to apologize to her. Later, after talking about their daughter, Ravi and Priya have a nice moment. However, when Ravi invites Priya to go out for drinks, she declines because of Martin. Is the spark between Ravi and Priya still present, though? Lauren is reluctant to celebrate her 30th birthday, despite Penny's best efforts to convince her. Lauren's lack of enthusiasm is further compounded by the news that Thomas Law's character, Peter Beale, has a date and can't join them. Although Lauren is still depressed about her milestone birthday, Penny is trying to lift her spirits and even sets her up with a dating site profile so Lauren can make Peter envious. Will Penny's scheme succeed?